it's me, Alex again, and today we're going to be talking about Mario! I love talking about Mario. Actually, not really, but let's do a little discussion, shall we? So, Super Mario, or Mario, I know, I'm just fucking it up on purpose. What do I think of the entire franchise? This is a bit different than Zelda, because this is a little easier for me to explain, because I have grown up with Mario more so than Zelda. I originally first played Super Mario 1, or Super Mario Bros. 1, I guess I can just call it, on the SNES, the All-Stars version at my grandma's. And that was so magical at the time. So magical. Honestly, the NES version is better now looking back, because just the physics just are really weird. Just very, very, very weird, in my opinion. And so, like Mario 35, for example, I hope that stays around, but it won't. At least, I don't think it will. So, yes, Mario 1, I love it. And a lot of others do too. I love speedrunning it. And it's just fun to just pick up and play every now and then. It kind of reminds me, when I was younger, I was at a dentist's office. And let's see. Oh, okay, sorry, I got a message. I was at a dentist, and they had a Super Mario Bros. Arcade machine. And I didn't even know those existed. I thought it was just on the NES. So I played that for a bit. Very fun. They also had the Sonic one as well. But little did I know that years down the line, that it would be an arcade archive on the Switch. And I was like, I'm buying that. I haven't played that since I was a kid. And it's pretty good. I honestly didn't mind it. So, yeah, Mario 1, fantastic game. It's aged pretty damn well, in my opinion. So, then we have Super Mario Bros. 2 USA. That one was okay. I never really cared for it, just because of how different it is and doesn't feel like a Mario game. That's because it's not a Mario game at its base. It's actually Doki Doki Panic, with a Mario skin on it, with a few enhancements here and there, but other than that, it's alright. So, again, not much to say on that. I don't think I actually beat the game. That's how much I didn't care about it. But then we talk about Mario 3. Mario 3 is fantastic. The difficulty curve is a little weird. It's very inconsistent. Sometimes some levels are easier than others. Or worlds, I should say, not really levels. Well, you could say the same thing either way, but it doesn't matter to me. The game is still fun. I still prefer playing Mario 1 over that for some reason, because it's just easier to just pick up and speed through than Mario 3. That could just be me. I know I'm probably wrong in a lot of cases on that one, but Mario 3, a fantastic game, and it's actually one that I prefer playing on the Mario All-Stars port, because they didn't really screw up the physics that much in that version compared to Mario 1. Next is Mario World. Oh my god. It's the best 2D Mario game in my opinion. Made by Nintendo, that is. Well, yeah. That makes no sense, obviously, saying that. Because we have Mario Maker and all that. And there's a Super Mario World skin, physics, and items you can use and stuff like that. But the game is so good. So damn good. The physics feel just right. The level design is not too hard, not too easy. Sometimes it's still a little easy, but it's just about right. And it's so sad that Nintendo's never been able to replicate something like this ever since, in my opinion anyway. Because they had the new Super Mario Brothers series, which was very blah, you know? Just not much to it. I don't know why. I don't know if it's nostalgia talking here, because I know there's a lot of people that are like me, with this opinion, saying that Mario World is the best 2D Mario game to exist. But that's just me. I enjoyed going through all the levels and the huge world it had, the art style, and the secrets. The secrets were so fun to fucking find out as a kid. Like, finding the Star Road and then finding the super secret area in the Star Road, which was like those, the line levels. You know what I'm talking about. After you beat it, it turns everything to a fall aesthetic, and then it gets a little bit creepy with all the Mario heads, but yeah. Other than that, it's great. I fucking love Mario World. I don't know if I have it on my Wii U that when I played that, but I know I think it's on the Switch online store, so if I ever play it, I'm probably going to play it that way. So, with Mario World out of the way, let's jump into the 3D realm. Now, we also have the mainline series at this point, and then we have these, you know, the side games like Paper Mario, Mario RPG, stuff like that. I want to get the side ones out of the way first, and then we'll talk about Mario's 3D adventures. So, the only real side games I played in the Mario franchise is Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. That's a fantastic game. I still sometimes get a little lost on where I'm going, because I got it on the Wii U again, just to play through it, and I was like, yep, I'm lost. So that's a great game, great mechanics, very fun, and funny. And then we have Paper Mario. Paper Mario is a very strange, I have a very strange relationship with that franchise. Love the first one so much. I would never trade anything of my childhood for that game. I mean, hold on, look at this. I had to get it boxed with the manual and everything. I'm keeping the box in a damn good condition. I fucking love this game. So, Paper Mario 1 was such a fucking interesting experience as a kid, because I never really cared for games that had too much text. And I was about 6 years old when the game came out, so it just at first didn't gel with me, because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I knew how to read, but I didn't really want to. But eventually I just said, you know what, I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to try to stick to it and see if I like it. And I ended up loving it. And I completed it, and I was like so depressed because it was over. But it was such a fucking fantastic game. And I wish Nintendo would go back to the style. But they never will. Never. And that leads us into the 1,000-Year Door. 1,000-Year Door is so goddamn good. So goddamn good. I mean, there's some issues with it, with backtracking and all that. Mario, the first Paper Mario game, didn't have it nearly as much. Only with the Shy Guys toy boxes when it was really bad. But that was it. That wasn't too bad. I thought it was kind of weird and funny. It took me a bit to find that one out, but what are you gonna do? And so the 1,000-Year Door, great battle system, just like the first one, just better. And it runs smooth as butter. It's a little too slow, though, in my opinion, with Mario's running speed. That's why you have Yoshi. But I kind of miss the spin dash thingy. Oh, wait a minute. That's stealing from Sonic. Oh well. So, yeah, the 1,000-Year Door, great story, great combat, and setup system for it, and so much character to it. Just all the NPCs seem so interesting. Yeah, even the ones that didn't even matter. Like, it just felt like the world was very alive compared to the later entries. Like, I never really cared for Super Paper Mario. I never ended up finishing it. I sold it off to a game store, not GameStop. GameStop. Everyone knows what I'm talking about there. And I just didn't really care about it, so I just sold it to a retro game store, and that was the end of my experience with that. I didn't like that, and Paper Mario after that would just go down, down, down. The Origami King I hear is good, but it's not the Paper Mario I knew. And most people will say, You should accept change. What's wrong with you? You're just acting like a boomer gamer. It's like, no, I just prefer the old style. That's just me. So for those who like, well, not anyone, no one really liked Sticker Star, which I originally was really hyped for, but then they just kind of dropped the ball really hard from what I hear. Color Splash, I was pissed. Then I was hoping for a return to form, and with Origami King, I was like, kinda not sure, like maybe they do it, but no, they never ended up doing it. So I was like, you know what, no, I'm done with the franchise. That's it, you know. And I didn't play Mario RPG too much. It's a pretty good game from what I played around the time. I just haven't really cared to play it for some reason. It just, the way its art style is set up, the isometric view, I just wasn't feeling it. I don't know. If they remade the game in 3D, oh, I would jump right on that shit so hard. So that's my experience with these side games. I mean, there's always the racing games, the sports games. Never really cared for the sports games because I never owned any of them. And as for the racing games, Mario Kart, fantabulous games. Double Dash, I never played N64 or the SNES or the GBA game. My bad. So we have Double Dash, which was fantastic at the time, still is actually. And then I played in the DS game, which was awesome. So awesome. And then we had Mario Kart Wii, which I, at the time, played to death. And some of the requirements to unlock characters was ridiculously hard. And I never ended up doing that because I was like, yeah, no. Not with the Wii wheel. Didn't really use the GameCube controller either because you had to use the D-pad to, like, do those tricks or whatever. I'm like, yeah, that's a little bit dumb. So there's that. And then we had Mario Kart 7, which was pretty good. I played through it once, and I did all the cups and stuff, and never really bothered to go back to it. Because Mario Kart 8, when that came out, oh my god, I had so much fun with that on Wii U. So much fun. I never got the Switch version. I don't really feel like I need to, because I have Crash Team Racing Nitro Field on the Switch, so I guess that's its replacement for me right now. I mean, I'm not going to be saying, oh, Crash Team Racing is better than Mario Kart. I mean, I personally prefer CTR NF, but that's just me. Now let's get into the 3D games. First, we'll start with Mario 64, in order. Mario 64 was such a magical game as a kid. So magical. I remember playing it at my cousin's house. And just, like, I was only used to 2D games at the time, I believe. Or something like Crash Bandicoot, where it wasn't really open world. And the fact that I could just go around, run around, explore everything in Peach's Castle, outside Peach's Castle, you know, in the levels themselves, they were so open-ended, and you could do all these different objectives in any order you wanted for the most part. That was amazing. I loved it. And to this day, it's still great, but it is aged, definitely, with its control. But I'll give it a ton of slack, considering it was really the first, like, 3D game, I guess you could say, that was truly 3D. Because Nintendo 64 was the first console to have a proper thumbstick, and then Sony would soon follow after with the DualShock, because they originally dropped off with just the, not the DualShock 1, just like the basic ass PlayStation controller. So Mario 64 was such a fantastic ride for me, and even to the DS remake, that was good, but not as good with the controls. The content was better, but just the controls. If they would remake that game on the Switch, holy shit, I would be buying the shit out of that. That's why I was hoping for the Mario 35th anniversary, but we only got a port of Mario 64 on the Switch. And that's really lazy. I'm sorry, but that's really lazy. Sorry. Now, the next one is Mario Sunshine. This one I had some fun with, too, at my cousin's. I never owned it for quite a while, and when I did, I played it a shit ton. But disc no longer works, so I can't play it again. But you're probably saying, oh, Alex, why don't you just get it on the Switch, on the Mario 3D All-Stars? I don't want to support a half-assed, 3-game ports, okay? I'm sorry, I can't. I'll wait until the inevitable Nintendo Online service where they add N64 in the GameCube games, because think about it. Why are they doing a limited release for this game? To obviously, maybe to drive up some false sense of what's the word I want to say? Demand. It could be partially that, or do you think they're gonna be taking the Fire Emblem games off, some of the Fire Emblem games off the eShop as well around the exact same time? Now, I know those are probably going to be going to the NES and SNES online service or whatever. I think they're just NES games, but I could be wrong, more than likely. I believe they're the NES games that we never got. And that makes me wonder, are they going to do N64 on the Switch or the next console that they're going to be releasing eventually? It's hard to say. So, mark my words. GameCube and N64 will eventually come to Switch. If not, it will come to the next console. I mean, if you also think about it too, with GameCube, they have the adapter that they could have easily used it back on the Wii U, but they never did. They said they might do GameCube on Wii U, but they probably should hurry up on the GameCube ride, because everyone's starting to get GameCube games again, and the demand's going up, and so is the price. So I would recommend Nintendo to kind of, take advantage of that, I guess. But Nintendo is Nintendo. They do things at their own pace, so yeah. So with Mario Sunshine itself, it was a very fucking hard game. Probably the hardest Mario game in the franchise, like, in terms of its 3D counterpart, compared to the 2D games. And, damn, I played the shit out of it, but I didn't love it, but I definitely enjoyed what I played. I originally wanted to do 100%, because that's what I was always like to do as a kid, 100% games, but I am so glad I never did, considering you like it a postcard. That is a kick in the nuts, in my opinion. It really is. It's like, go through the hardest fucking 3D Mario game anyway, in the franchise, just to get that? Really? No thanks. And then we have Super Mario Galaxy. Now, Super Mario Galaxy was such a revolutionary, fantastic, interesting experience. I still have my copy somewhere, and it was just so fun to play, and I'm not a big fan of the linearity of it, but I did like the whole hub world idea. That was fun to just go run around there. I like to just run around in platformer games back when I was younger. Nowadays, I don't have the patience for that. I don't know why. Maybe because I just have so many other games I want to try, or I just have too much on my mind. Reality sets in, unfortunately. But after 100%ing it, I didn't know what you got. So I just wanted to keep it a secret. So when I did, and I saw that I got Luigi, I was like, yes! I can finally play as Luigi, eldest real, as they say. Which apparently he was, and his assets are in Mario 64, so thanks to the big Giga Leak, I think it was. I don't remember how big the leak was of all Nintendo's data, but it was massive. So after playing it again, 100% as Luigi, I don't remember if you get anything. I don't think you do. But it was just so fun to play as Luigi, and he had his own like physics and stuff. It was great. Very good. Then we have Mario Galaxy 2. Now this was a game I was going to get back in 2010, but I ended up getting Sonic Colors instead, and I love Sonic Colors. So I don't really think I missed out on much, because Mario Galaxy 2 was just more of Mario Galaxy 1, considering it was supposed to just be an update or upgrade from Mario Galaxy 1, but Nintendo doesn't understand the concept of DLC at the time. Well, I'm sure they did, but the Wii itself could not really do anything like that. I mean, look at Skyward Sword with how they had to put a specific dedicated Wii channel just to install data into the game to fix a game-breaking bug, which they now fix with just patch updates. That's sad. But then again, the Wii is just a slightly upgraded GameCube, so there's nothing really to bitch about there, in my opinion. So I end up trying Mario Galaxy 2 years later. Years. About, like, what, 4 or 5 years later, when they were bringing Wii games to the Wii U. Tried that for a little bit. I'm like, yeah, this is good, but it's not hooking me at all. So I can't really give an opinion on Mario Galaxy 2, but it's a good game. It's more Mario Galaxy 1, which is always a good thing. And then we had a disappointment called Mario 3D World. Don't get me wrong, it's a good game. It's a very good game. But at the time, it was not needed. And it was more so, it felt more so like a game that was just done for a paycheck, not out of a labor of love. Because every Mario 3D game that they made had some specific type of gimmick or way they would utilize the controller in some way. Mario 64 utilized the fuck out of that controller as its first 3D game. And then Mario Sunshine took advantage of the GameCube controller's smooth analog stick controls, and just the GameCube controller is awesome. Okay, I'm just saying. And then Mario Galaxy, need I say anything about how they use that? They used it to a great way. Great way? I don't know. I don't know how to explain that. It's like 3 in the morning. I'm not tired. I'm kind of actually really awake. So there's that. But Mario 3D World, as good of a game as it is, back on Wii U anyway, it felt like Mario 3D Land, but just a bit better with multiplayer. And it only had local at the time. And it's like, come on, really? Mario Maker 2 has online, but you couldn't, you know? I mean, Mario Maker 1 didn't. But that just kind of shows you, like, what the fuck? I don't know. So, great game, 100% of that shit with my friend. We struggled so hard on that final level, but we fucking did it. It was fucking fun. And with Bowser's Fury coming out with the Switch port, that shit looks like Mario Odyssey DLC. And I am really excited for that. But for $60? I don't know, guys. That's kind of hard for me to decide. You know, I gotta see how big this expansion is, you know, and see if they're gonna do anything else with the original game besides adding the online multiplayer, which is pretty fucking cool. I'm like thinking this could either be amazing or it could be disastrous in terms of its like connectivity. And people, please, on your Switch, get the LAN adapter so none of us have to suffer with the shitty Nintendo Online, okay? Please? I have one. I had one since the Wii U because it didn't have an Ethernet port, and I was like, why the fuck does this not have an Ethernet port? That was my first question when I got the Wii U. Sorry, I thought I heard something. Anyway, now we move on to the mother of all fucking 3D games, in my opinion. The epitome of Mario games. Mario Odyssey. That is a fantastic game my favorite 3D Mario game of all time. And I have heavy nostalgia for Mario 64, Sunshine, and Galaxy. But this game was just a breath of fresh air for the franchise. It was open world again, like Mario 64. But not, well, each level was big, you know, for Mario standards anyway. And you could just get the moon I think they're the moon medals, I believe. Whatever they were, the collectible moon medals. You would just grab one and continue onward with the level. You didn't get booted back out like in Mario 64 or Mario Galaxy or Sunshine. You just kept going. It's like the 100 coin stars, but every single freaking one, you know, in Odyssey. New Donk City was amazing to explore. It was just so weird, and just all these like interesting worlds that they created for this game. It was awesome, and it had a little bit of a plot, but not enough to really be intrusive. And Miyamoto didn't want to have plot in Mario, but eventually the director of the game finally got his way with Mario Odyssey, and it sold over 10 million units. In my opinion, it's the best Mario 3D. My God, I'm saying it backwards. 3D Mario game of all time. From nostalgia glasses off, it is the best Mario game. That is a 3D one. So that's just me. Anyway, honestly, I don't think there's really that much more to be talking about. I mean, we have Mario Maker 1 and 2. Those are great experiences. I made a decent chunk of levels on Mario Maker 1, and unfortunately the servers are going to be going down, so you can't play any of my levels I made. And they were actually very well crafted, in my opinion. Just getting a little bit of a... give myself a pat on the back there, you know? Or shoulder. Mario Maker 2, I didn't make any levels on there because just the way you had to use the controller, or if you wanted to use the Switch itself out of the dock, it just didn't feel as natural. And we even if you could change the stylus to just a regular stylus instead of just like those fancy ones that you could get, it still didn't feel right. I don't know. But it had a pretty decent story mode, I'll say that at least, which is really weird. I didn't think it would actually have a story mode really at all. The first one didn't, so I didn't expect one in the second either. And it also had online multiplayer, which was weird. Considering how the levels are made, it's not really tailored for multiplayer experiences, honestly. Like, I don't know, it was weird. They didn't add multiplayer to the online multiplayer to the port of Mario New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. You know, I didn't understand why they wouldn't add multiplayer to that one, considering they know how every level's designed, how it can be played. And it's a frickin' 8-year-old port. It came out, well, not 8. Let's see, it came out in November 2012. So yeah, oh my God. Oh my God, it's been that long. Huh. But yeah, the new Super Mario Bros. Games, a fun time at the time, but they're pretty damn repetitive and just not very interesting to go back to now. You can see why people were like kind of fatigued. They're like, come on, Nintendo, do something different. Stop releasing a Mario game every damn year. Take a goddamn break. And then when they did, that's when we got Mario Odyssey, because they had a lot of development time, and it came out amazing. So hopefully they can continue this stride, and just make another amazing 3D Mario game. Now, if they can make another one that's like another 2D Mario game that is as good as Mario World, I'll be very happy about that. If it's the Sonic Mania of the Mario franchise, then yes. Yes. So anyway, I've rambled on for about, holy shit, 30 minutes. Well, it's probably going to be a little bit shorter than that because I have to cut off the endings. That's probably why you see me when I end the video and start the video. like I kind of have a bit of a delay because I can't like specifically cut off the very beginning of the video or the very end without there being some type of like weird issue. I can't zoom in on the timeline through my phone. When I get a computer fixed, or my computer fixed, then I'll be able to actually probably do some cropping. So, or trimming, whatever you want to call it. Technically it's trimming, not cropping. Anyway, that was my collection, or recollection of the Mario franchise. Did not expect to go on this long. I'm not going to keep you guys here any longer. Anyway, my name is Alex, and I'll be seeing you next time. Farewell.